Before I begin, let me just say I am not a doctor or licensed in any way. This is only based on research and observation. Please seek professional help and advice if you need it. Thank you. Let's talk about anxiety for a moment. Welcome back to Encouraged. If this is your first time, please consider subscribing. That way every week you can continue to be encouraged. Now, there are many self-help books on this topic. There are thousands of professionals that try to help people with anxiety every single day. I'm grateful and blessed to know that the Lord has provided a way for people to combat anxiety. But I know there's a lot of you out there who don't really know how anxiety works or what may be causing it. Now, I might not know all the answers to this, but maybe some of this will help you. If anything, it can get you started in the path to figuring out how to deal with your anxiety. We have a nervous system that is triggered by things around us. This is all a natural occurrence in our bodies. This is the way that we were designed. The human nervous system was made by God to respond to certain situations. What kind of situations? Well, for example, by helping us avoid interactions that may end up harming us or others. It makes us think twice, but some people are naturally more sensitive than others. Other times people learn to be anxious or stressed, and now that nervous system is working against us or overworking. And this makes people more anxious. Many times you become overwhelmed by fear. Professionals often try to discover what is triggering/stimulating our anxiety and in which category it fits into. I'll try to explain it. These are 3 different and most common categories for anxiety. Number 1, a simple phobia. This is a very specific trigger. For example, if your parent was afraid of bunnies and ever since you were a kid, you were told to get away from them, that they're the worst creatures on earth, or that you should be scared of them, you even see your parent freaking out, talking bad, and avoiding bunnies. And then later on in life as a kid, someone threw a bunny at you, and that just caused your nervous system to go crazy. Now that carried on into your adulthood. Now you get anxiety when you see one. This could also apply to educators who constantly hear that the next grade level is going to be a nightmare, or that this one kid is going to be the worst out of all of them. And all summer, that's all they hear, that the new class is going to be bad. And now they're thinking all summer, when they should be enjoying their summer, how can I deal with this? How am I going to do this? Is he really the worst? And it doesn't help when everyone is saying, well, good luck, you're going to need it. Your nervous system starts to kick in. And now, when that kid does start to act up, your brain freaks out. You see it's true. OMG, I hate this. What the heck? Now you're in anxiety mode. So basically you learn to be anxious through the environment you're in. Number 2, a stimulated anxiety. This can occur in a public or social place. Have you ever sat in your classroom or office and you're chilling, you're feeling good, but you start to get anxious, sweaty, because you know it's almost your turn to speak. This triggers your anxiety. The eyes of everybody on you, maybe them criticizing you, or the fear of saying something wrong. This is probably the most common type of anxiety. Number 3, there is generalized anxiety. This one is the most broad and can be affected by any of the 2 we just talked about. Or this can just be triggered by anything. Maybe you spilled coffee on your shirt and now you're worried about people looking at that. And all day you're thinking about that stain. And now you think people are looking at something on your face. And it goes on and on and on. It just grows. It spreads. But whatever kind of anxiety you have, I want to say this. Do not be afraid of too many things. Do not settle. Do not think you'll be anxious for the rest of your life. I know it's an unpleasant situation to be in. I know that even thinking about possibly getting anxious makes you anxious. And I know that there are clinical anxiety issues out there, some that won't have an easy answer. But still, during those rough moments, think of the words in the Holy Book that says, do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, give your requests to God. Do not hesitate to go to God with your problems. Now, of course, you can go to God when you're feeling anxious, but go to Him before it starts. Be with Him in the mornings. Spend time reading His Word and trusting Him. I always thank God for our medical professionals. They are just about the brightest people you can meet to help us figure out ways to cope with our anxiety. Let me give you a couple tips. I read that every 7 minutes you should try to slow down, take a slow deep breath in your nose and let it out. Every 7 minutes. That way you stay at a relaxing stage, so when anxiety comes, it's a little harder for it to build. Another good option is that as you're breathing in and breathing out, say something positive like, let go and let God. Or, Lord, you got this. Or, God, I thank you. Here's another tip. Exercise and water. I know that was a big thing for us as we were going through a medical issue a while back. Walking, water, breathing, it just made things feel less stressing, less anxious. Here's another tip. Change your perspective to something better. So when you're going to go through an anxious moment, think about God. Think about heaven, eternity, the people you love, the good times, or that delicious steak you're going to go home to. Just change your mind. And the last one, prayer. Prayer can change you. God is close to you and He wants to follow you through whatever you're going through. Write out your prayers. Be honest with God. Talk to Him and let Him lead your life. I really hope this helps. May God bless you and your families. Thanks again for joining us here on Encouraged. If this is your first time, please consider subscribing and sharing this with a friend that needs this encouragement. God bless you.